We're live.
Awesome.
Good evening, everyone. Once again, you are welcome to our chit chat tonight. And I just want to say a big thank you to all of you that have taken time out to join us, and those of you that will be joining us later. I will be happy to know where you are joining us from. So please let's know where you're joining us from. And for those of you that will be joining us or that will be watching the replay, my name is Femi, your host tonight. And with me tonight is Dr. Choma, as always. And I'm just going to give her the floor to introduce herself before we kick the ball rolling. Dr. Choma, over to you.
Hi, everyone. Still me again. Dr. Osemi Gichoma, pediatrician, physician, digital business entrepreneur. I'm streaming live from Minnesota. Thank you, Femi, for welcoming me here. Yeah.
All right. So tonight, we're going to be talking about something that I believe that we can all benefit from. Sometime last week, when we had our last broadcast, I made mention of employee mindset and how it affected me and all of that. And we just thought that, it could be a topic of benefit for our viewers today. And that's why we decided to delve into this. I mean, I remember that some time ago, maybe about 2 weeks ago, Dr. Choma mentioned the fact that there could be two people within the same environment and having the same resources, equal resources, but having two different outputs. And we said that one of the reasons why that could be may just be as a result of the mindset.
Mhm.
So somebody says that business success is not necessarily about the skill set. It does not undermine the importance of the skill set, but it just means that the mindset is more important. And
Mhm.
so tonight, Dr. Choma and I will be talking about differences and why it matters. Over to you, Dr. Choma.
So, exactly. There is for me, I just like to say that, there's really nothing. It's not really that being an employee is a bad thing. Many entrepreneurs actually started with being employees, including us. But there comes to a point where your thinking has to evolve if you want to have different results in life, because your mindset determines how you see opportunities, how you handle challenges, how far you can grow. Yeah, so employee, I would say, well, that's how I would probably see it from. Business requires a lot of responsibilities, initiative, creativity, and I'd like Femi to go ahead. And That's all I want to say from an employee standpoint. There are two different perspectives of life. So depending on where you are, would help you be able to see opportunities differently. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like I know also that there are a lot of employees that are out there that do not operate with the employee mindset. So that does not mean that it's something that's it's not a stigma. It's just that that's what is real. Because most times we find out that the employees, the mindsets are based on security, predictability. They want to be sure that they have a job tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
and being told what to do, because like last time we talked about, your goals are being set. Sometimes with you, or you're just calling and to approve or to agree to the goals that have been set for you. But most people were trained from childhood, that okay, you see, like we have to go to school, get a good job, work hard, and survive. But we discover that that eventually begins to make people dependent, on monthly paychecks, external instructions, and permissions-based living. So that's what I see employee mindset to be more like. Leaning towards that. I mean, what do you have to say?
Yeah, I do agree with you. With an employee mindset, it's very common, as you said, someone will be asking, you're waiting for someone to tell you, do this, do that. It also comes with that mindset of what if I fail? What if something doesn't work? Employees always want things to be guaranteed first, but entrepreneurs are they are risk takers. They don't always come, they don't always, entrepreneurship doesn't always come with guarantees. So to be an entrepreneur, there has to be that willingness to be open to taking risk. And sometimes you must move by vision before you actually start seeing results appear. So I'll probably get back to you on it. How about entrepreneurship mindset? Teddy, what do you think about that? Yeah.
Okay, so what I think, or what I believe about entrepreneurs is that, they take, I mean, like, they think differently. Like, rather than requiring guarantees from the employers and all that, they try to make things happen. They find out how to create values, regardless of goal set. They make sure that they set their goals, and they ensure that within the goals that they set for themselves or their organizations, right, that they ensure that they create value and they solve problems, because they know that without solving problems, they probably won't make sales. And I use sales because I know that we all sell something, whether or not we like it. We all sell something. It could be ideas that we sell. It could be consultancy that we sell. It could be products, but we all sell, or services. We all sell something. And of course, because your salaries is not guaranteed like the employee that gets paid at the end of every month. You have to start thinking outside of the box. How do I grow? Well, I mean, like, who do I need to become? In order for me to be able to become a success in this stuff. And so the entrepreneur understands that growth takes time. The employee, on the other hand, oh, sorry, that's the employee first time. So the entrepreneur understands that growth takes time, while the employee just imagines that, okay, there's set rules, right? On how to get from one level to the other. And once I meet my goals for that, once I meet up requirement for the next grade, bingo, I get the grade, and I get paid anyhow. So that's the difference. While the entrepreneur actually has to make sure that growth happens, because without growth, he knows that there's no how it can survive. You see, like, so the entrepreneur always wants to build,
Mm-hmm.
and regardless of whatever the situation is, building and growing is on the mind of the entrepreneur. I won't say that the employee does not want to grow either, but it's just that your focus is different. As an employee, okay, you want to go in terms of, like, you want to get the next grade and get the next promotion, but like the entrepreneur is looking at, okay, how do I grow? What are the things that I have to change, that could add value to whatever it is that I'm offering to this client, that could, make my business grow, that could make my income higher than what I'm getting. But in most situations, for the employees, it's not like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is there any other thing that you want to say with regards to?
No, no. I mean, I do agree with all that you say. Like entrepreneurship, there is nobody clapping for you. You just
Yeah.
have to be self motivated, and
Mm.
it's a phase of growth. It's a phase of growth, and if you want to be something real for your life, if you really want to be able to create options in life, you have to. It's good to be able to give yourself that option, to see growth in yourself. And if we
Mm.
were to relate it to our digital business, that is one thing this business gives to us, because even though that most people are still in the employee phase of their life, you have
Mm.
a business that is gradually giving you an opportunity to start having a mindset of an entrepreneur. And over time, actually, not over time, right from the beginning, you start getting those trainings to be an entrepreneur and have the right mindset as well. And also, it's not something that you have to figure out all perfectly from the beginning. There are trainings to guide you and to support you. And so it helps you grow through that phase period where you continue to learn and grow while you're growing your business, you're growing in your capacity as a human. You're developing yourself. You're becoming a better person, a better version of yourself. And that is all what maybe an entrepreneur would have. But in this business, it gives you that opportunity to just be where you are and grow over time to become that big entrepreneur that would give you an opportunity to have the life options that you want, yeah, in life.
Yeah, I mean, one other thing that I found out about uh, differences between both is that being an entrepreneur, your income is not limited. You know, your income is as far as your productivity is. Unlike when you are an employee, as an employee, right? Even those that get bonuses, right? You are pegged at a certain level. It doesn't matter what your productivity is, you are pegged. And you see, like this thing became so important for me to discuss because I remember that I came into this business, with an employee mindset,
Mhm.
working very hard. And I thought that, okay, just hard work was enough for me to, you know, to, um, to get to the finish line. But I mean, like, it didn't take me too long to realize that I must be able to understand what it is that I'm after. I must be able to set goals as regards how much money do I want to earn at the end of this month, and what are the things that I have to do in order for me to be able to earn that money. I have to be able to understand that like the environment has changed, and I just need to be able to do certain things that are or think outside of the box, which is one of the things that a lot of people uh, find themselves, in. A lot of people are not able to think outside the box. And I'm not saying this in a derogatory manner, but I'm just saying that, like when you have been told what to do at all times, and it's been working for you, it gets to a point where it becomes a bit difficult, starting outside the box, So that's just it. So, uh, I mean, you said something about employees. Sorry, as an entrepreneur, nobody claps for you, right? Like you're the one that will clap for yourself, like the Agama lizard, right? When you do something that is quite excellent, then um, that okay, you have done well, and then you have to look at what else to do to move to the next level for yourself. Why do you think that the entrepreneurial mindset is necessary?
I believe that it's very necessary because the world is changing and technology is also changing. AI is changing industries, and many people are beginning to realize that depending on only one source of income can feel limiting. So I think that's why the entrepreneur mindset is very important. If other people are succeeding somewhere, they don't have two heads. You can be able to succeed as well too, and it's all about just maybe giving yourself a chance to see an opportunity for what it is and take the action. And if they say that it's a phase that you're going to learn with it, be open to learning with it, and maybe you would see something different with your life as well. Yeah.
All right. So at this point, I'll just say a big thank you to Dr. Choma and to our viewers. But just before I go, I think there's just one question that we have to ask ourselves. And that question is, am I willing to become the person that's required for the life that I desire? Because I know that we all desire beautiful life, beautiful lives, right? But are we ready, to become that person that makes that happen? Because success is not only about what you do, it's
Mm-hmm.
all about how we think, the
Mm-hmm.
habits that we form, our
Mm-hmm.
discipline, the courage that we have, and
Mm-hmm.
our willingness to grow, our willingness to take risk, and all of that.
Right.
So, growth starts internally first before it's seen on the outside. So, uh, the question I'd like to ask us tonight is, you know, employee mindset versus the entrepreneur mindset. Two different mindsets, just like I said in our opening, but two different results. having heard what we have said here today, let us know down below which one is your choice. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. God bless you. And we'll see you some other time or same time next week. Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye.